This is Pony Diamond. So I thought I made this video. I had this car for about 8 months now, and didn't want to make the video. In terms of what I don't like about it and what I do like about it. I had this car. Obviously about 8 months, and I can tell you about things I don't like versus things that I do like. So let's get on with the show. Do it. So the first thing that I don't like about this 2019 Aventador S Roadster is the people want to race, all the time. Little Hondas, WRX, or maybe, GTRs. Actually, Camaro and the Mustangs guys are the guys that love to race. The Hondas used to be, not as much now. And that is definitely one thing that I don't like about this car. It's fun and all, but let's take it to the track, right? It's not race on the streets where it gets tickets and it's just too dangerous where people out. There's a lot of bad drivers, right? So you don't want to go crazy on the road. And these cars can be pretty potent too. The tires come loose pretty fast. This and that. I love that. But this video is about 12 things that I don't like. So anyway, so we'll do a separate video for the things I do like. The second thing is cars too low. Well, it's a super car, so it's tend to be too low, right? And what I meant by low is that it's obviously forgiving. It's a low, super exotic car, so there's nothing wrong with that. The problem is you got to get in and out of the parking lot, and that's where things can get very hard, because you can't just sporadically drive this thing and go, oh, I'm going to go into a parking lot at any shopping centers. You can't do that because some of the parking lots on the shopping centers are sometimes to get in and out of it could be very steep. Luckily though, this car does have the hydraulic system where you hit the button and it goes up and down, so that kind of help. But still, some are so damn very, very steep where you have to almost maneuver this car a little bit. So that could be a pain in the ass, obviously. Trying to get in and out, if you're trying to plan your trip, you gotta go where you already know the parking lot well, basically, But anyway, that's the second thing. The third thing is the infotainment system is a bit dated. Obviously, it's an Audi infotainment system, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that it doesn't, it doesn't have Bluetooth music. My wife's Hyundai has Bluetooth music, and this car, I'm in the car, does not have Bluetooth music. But I fixed that with a Bluetooth adapter for the Aventador. I'll put the link down in the description if you have an Aventador and you want the Bluetooth music adapter. It works pretty damn good, but the infotainment system, it's kind of outdated if you ask me. But you know what? It's V12 back there, man. So you forgive it, Plus you got the V12 Symphony soundtrack. But let's not, kid ourselves. The infotainment system is very, very dated. Now, since we're talking about the infotainment, might as well talk about the Sensinum sound system. I believe that's like a $9,000 option. It sounds like crap. It has a lot of bass in this car, a lot of woofer. So, with that being said, the only way to get any good music out of this thing is you gotta stay away from music with a lot of vocals. So you into GNR or music with vocals, you can't really play those for some reason. Whoever hooked this up at the Lamborghini factory clearly does not have the intellectual know-how of sound system in vehicles, you know. So the vocals on the track, music track in this car will be washed out completely, as if somebody just tuned that down. So what I do is I put together playlists full of just EDM music or instrumental. Seems to work really well. Lucky for me, I love EDM music. So the whole bass thing and just, you know, crazy electronic noises seems to sound the best in this car. I'll have a separate video for this solution, by the way. Okay, so and then the fourth thing that I don't like about this car is the gas. Obviously, this thing eats a lot of fuel. I had the Huracan, and that's a V10, and it's an Audi, you know, inspired. Not inspired, but designed. It's an Audi type of, I guess, coalition between Audi and Lamborghini. You know, Audi do own Lamborghinis. Now this Aventador S Roadster is a full-on Lamborghini vehicle, meaning even the engine is a Lamborghini V12. So she eats a lot of fuel. In fact, I have to fill up soon. So you're gonna make a lot of friends, or make good friends with the gas station very, very often. Okay, the next thing on this car, on this what I don't like is the heat. This is a V12 engine. On a hot day, like 100-degree days, you know, this car do kick into limp mode. So what I normally do is I go out early in the morning, you know, and come back by 10, especially in Las Vegas. By 10 or 11 during the summer, it's already about 110 degrees, you know. Now, don't get me wrong, they refined this car, so it is a lot better than the first generation. But still, though, you know, I had a limp mode when I picked up this car the day I took delivery. I was, you know, bumper to bumper traffic coming home, all excited, and I get into a limp mode. Like, what? You know, I wasn't used to that on the Huracan. But it is what it is, you know. The next thing that I don't like about this car is getting in and out of this car. You know, just so you know, this is not a Huracan, okay? This is a big ass V12 Aventador S Roadster. So what that really means is that if you're not like super in shape, you know, you should warm up a little bit before you get into this car. I tried getting in this car without drinking any kind of coffee. You know, had a late night sleep the night before, but I'm gung-ho to drive this car. You know what? You know, it kind of threw my back out. Gave me a little bit of sciatic nerve. Now, I ride motorcycles, so, you know, I have a little bit of pain already from that. So that could be it, but the point is, it's not comfortable getting in and out. It's not made for every day. You can try to do it every day if you want, like an everyday exotic car thing, but I wouldn't recommend it. Besides, it would take away from the novelty, right? You kind of want to use this car for the weekend, you know? But yeah, getting in and out is certainly not easy. You could look quite embarrassing trying to get in sometime. So work out, I guess. Do a lot of core workout. Next thing is the gear shift. This car is still a single clutch transmission. They call it the ISR. I don't know what that means, but I do know what it means in my world. It means my wife don't like it. It's very jerky. Very now they again upgraded this thing, gave a whole brand new software to it. From what I never driven the first generation. Okay, so I was told that one was even more, you know. So it's quite smooth in the way you can kind of control your foot, but you gotta time it. You know what I mean? It's an event, man, when you shift in this thing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you will jerk, kind of like a stick shift, jerk. So it will do that. So that means when you pull up to the red light, you probably have to pull in both of these paddles and go to neutral, just like a stick shift. Basically, it's a stick shift car without the stick. So it's very jerky, just like a stick shift. But I do like it. I think you'll find it interesting on my next video, which are the things that I do like in this car, and it's the gearbox. So I'll elaborate on that in the next video. But yeah, in terms of the jerkiness around town, stop and go, oh my goodness. Yeah, your girlfriend or wife is not gonna really like it. My wife only got in this car like 3 times. She does not like being in here because it's very jerky. However, once you get it up to about 80, 90, man, this thing is smooth as silk. It's still jerky, but in a good way, So it's not like it is jerky. I think we already talked about the Sensitive sound system. So it looks like next up is it's not a big deal, but it does take a little bit to warm up because it's a V12. You're looking at this oil temperature, and your heart wants to rev the car. That's why I don't get when I see YouTube videos, or even like at the dealership, they start up the car and start revving it right away. It's like you gotta kind of let the vehicle warm up a little bit. And dang it, this V12, it'll take a little bit of time to warm up. Now you could say, well, let's drive it a little harder, I guess, or a little more aggressively. Well, you could, but you don't want to spank the baby. You want to camper a little bit, but you have to let the oil get to temperature, and it could be a little bit annoying because you just want to drive fast, especially when you take it out on the road really, really cold. It's not as responsive, and you can feel it. So it is that, it takes a little longer to warm up, But once she's warmed up, man, holy cow, it's a beast. Well, the next thing is a big one, and depending on who you ask, a fanboy like me, I'm probably gonna say it's good, but it is bad. For a $500,000 car, there is no button here that will actually take the roof off automatically, or automated roof system, like R8, Huracan Spider, any kind of convertible, that modern convertibles or modern spiders, right? So you have to get out of the car and do it all manually, meaning get out, pull the hood, take the top off, put everything in the front, then come back in here, make sure you put the seat back. It can be a pain in the ass sometimes, especially a day like today where the clouds like out, on and off. If it started raining right now, I have to pull in, and literally, it's an event. Especially people love coming up to this car, checking out. We look like an idiot, but there is a reason why they did that, and again, that'll be on the next video. So while I don't like it, there is a good reason why I do too. So wait for the next video. But yeah, $500,000 car, it does not have an automated roof. You have to manually remove it. And yes, my wife made fun of me on this one. She's literally kind of, I think it's pathetic actually, but I'm a fanboy. It's part of the experience, honey. Same thing with the gear shift. It's part of the emotional experience. Maybe it is. Next thing is no storage, or not. Well, let's go with no storage. I was gonna be kind and say not enough storage. The Huracan it has some storage, but this one, the only thing is the glove compartment. The glove compartment box right here has a very tiny amount of room. If you put the roof in the hood, you remove the roof and it goes in front of the hood, or the front trunk. There is no room in the hood anymore because of the roof, right? Well, in here it's not any better either. Even though we did order the travel package, it's a net and a cup holder. I think it's like $2,000 option. start feeling like an idiot now, a little bit. So get a little cup holder here, little net somewhere back here. Other than that, there's no other room here. So taking a long trip, forget it. I don't think we can pack any clothes. We're gonna have to go where we were and just buy it on the throw away the old clothes and buy the new clothes. Basically, there's no storage to be speaking of here, and it is kind of nitpicking, you ask me, because it's supposed to be exotic supercar, right? But I just thought we should. I mean, at the end of the day, there should be a little bit of storage, right, for wallet and things. The phone thing is not even that big either. The bottom line is not a lot of storage here, and it could be annoying, a bit annoying. All right. Last but not least, there's a key fob where you get in the car and you can hit the start button and it'll start the car up without sticking the key in any ignition, anything like that. However, the annoying part is when you walk to the car, you have the key fob in your pocket. You can't just open the door, like my wife's Hyundai. You can just hit the button, boom. I know a lot of modern cheap cars now even have all that. You have the key fob in your pocket, walk straight to your car. You put your hand in the door handle, boom, it would just unlock the car, or all four doors, right? This one doesn't do that. You still have to pull out the key and hit unlock. Don't get me wrong. Once you hit unlock, the running light illuminates nice and pretty. So that's still cool, and it's still cool when you get in here and you hit the start button without putting any, key in any hole or ignition or anything like that. But still, I think it's annoying where you have to pull the key out and hit unlock in order to unlock this thing. It could easily be, you touch the door and it just unlocks, right? It means a key fob, for God's sake. Anyway, so that is the last reason. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because I threw out these things that I don't like about this Aventador S Roadster does not mean I hate this car. I love this car. Okay. In fact, it's probably the best exotic supercar I ever have, ever owned, and I really meant that, because in a weird kind of way, and that's how I always thought it have to be when it comes to exotic supercar. It shouldn't be practical, right? It shouldn't be practical. And here's a bonus for you. Here's a last bonus. One thing that I don't like about this car. People start slowing down in front of you. I think they're trying to check out the car, because that's what I do. I slow down too when I see like a new starter coming. I want to check the car out. So all of a sudden there's a wall in front of me, like right now. There's a wall. 740 horsepower, and I can't even go anywhere. I'm just like cruising like everybody else right now. So anyway, again, like I said, I love this car. Okay, don't twist it all up as if I hate this car. It's a great car. It eats a lot of gas. It's loud. It's V12. It's fast. It has supreme road supremacy. The design is awesome. It's everything what I ever wanted in a supercar, especially a flagship supercar. Anyway, I want to end this video real. Obviously it's taking a little long-winded here. Just so you know, we're might ending up ordering the SVJ Roadster as well. But let me know what you think about these things. If you have driven one or know about somebody that has an Aventador. What I said, is it correct, or do you think it's am I being nitpicky? Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like the video, hit like and subscribe, and there's gonna be more content coming up, and I'm gonna try to get some awesome footages coming up, getting a new camera and everything. This thing is getting serious, and I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I read all the comments, by the way. That's what I was gonna say. So let me know what you think about the video, these reasons. Subscribe, like. I'll see you in the next video, alright?